Gemini, welcome back. We are here to do your June 2020 read. Now, this is going to cover I'll talk a little bit about astrology, but I'm not going to tap too much into it. I'm going to allow the energy to come through pretty fluid. I have pulled a ruin and a crystal. And I've also tuned into the energy, and it's like I'm literally feeling with you guys, there's big changes coming. Now, we did have the new moon in Gemini. The nodes are in Gemini. Venus is in Gemini. So you guys, I wouldn't be surprised if you're all over the shop. Try and keep as grounded as possible. This too shall pass. But I am feeling a lot of transformations happening. Now, I'm really, first thing off the bat, career is going to be huge for you guys. Now, the only thing I do feel that is really going to hold you back is you standing in your way. It's like the self-confidence energy. There is this real rebirth energy coming through. It's like this recreation, tapping into that vibration and looking at it like you just don't let anything hold you back. Yes, there can be some changes, and I do feel, and the first thing I heard was Pluto going direct is going to be really beneficial for you guys, and I'm feeling slingshot energy. I'm also sensing that with the ruin that's come through with you, it does link into Scorpio. So I accidentally put Scorpio, and the first message that came through with that was very much looking at Pluto for you guys. So, I'm on the cusp of that in my rising, but predominantly it is Cancer. With that energy coming through, it's this regeneration, it's this ending energy. And again, with full moon in Scorpio, full moon in Sagittarius, it is going to be an eclipse. We are ending something. So if you're tying up loose ends at the moment and you're being guided to, again, I'll mention it, be it cleaning, be it beautifying and correcting things, sort of feeling a little bit agitated, it is perfectly normal. Whenever we have that hitting our first house placement, it's very much psychology. So you'll find a lot of psychology is coming through, a lot of nervous system energy. It can be headaches, it can be neck aches, very common because the moon energy is linking into your psyche. You're understanding something, you're comprehending it, you're integrating it, and you're about to move forward with the dynamic. Some of you that have felt very stuck relating into a relationship dynamic, I do feel this is liberating you. And it's again, you need to trust the process. Although we may be connecting in with soul tribe and relationships, I'm also feeling this is a very important time for you, that subconsciously some of you have been on hold because you're trying to be like a chess piece, placing yourself on that board effectively in the correct location to allow this to come about for you. You won't need to do anything really, for that to come towards you. I do feel very positive energy. Some of you in the career sector, I do feel, again, I feel you're linking in with the correct people, but it's going to come back to you. And I do feel very boss energy coming through. I do feel very... how would you place it? Potentially even you might be thinking about something that you're very passionate about, which can be a hobby, a creative endeavor that you're really tapping into. That could potentially actually bring you revenue. But as a redo, if you are effectively working for yourself, for those of you who that resonates, I don't feel it's necessarily that you're jumping ship. I feel you're correcting things. And during this Pluto retrograde, it's giving you an opportunity to look at those things. I'm also seeing your energy that's going to be coming back is going to be more vital. And I'm going to pull a chakra card for you. Now, the crystal that's come up, you have watermelon tourmaline. Now, it does link into heart chakra. It does make sense because we're in Venus retrograde. And it also does make sense because we have Juno and Libra, which is going direct. It will be direct for the beginning of June. My heart is open and giving to receiving love. I transform the world around me by focusing on divine love. So something to do with a divine partnership, a contract or something to that degree can be coming up into the ethers at the beginning of the month. Open your heart to love. Feel unconditional love and support. Bridge the spiritual connection between heaven and earth. Increases romance. I do feel a loved one, again, that has passed over is actually assisting with this. And this energy has been very heavy this year, which does make sense because we do have a lot of people passing over. And with Neptune retrograde, you do tend to find, which this month it will be, that loved ones and their energy do come through to you. So if you're wanting to directly connect into your loved ones, it's a perfect time to do such. Generally, for those of you that are less trained in that area, they will come to you through your memories. So if you're thinking and you're really, hitting a snag, I'll give you an example. Let me tune into Gemini. Your home at the moment, you're looking at it, and again, it can be a changing dynamic. And I do feel between the end of the month and moving into July, those are things that are going to come up. So I'm seeing you guys talking about the avenue of moving and your assets be changing because it links into your second house. So your guides overall are looking at that and they're wanting you to view that. So if all of a sudden you've got old things going and it's bringing up a trigger and a wound because you had a spiritual connection with that or didn't, it's bringing something up for you and it's changing it. Now, when it comes down to the vibration of, you might have worked in the medical field or you're acutely clean and things to that degree, it's helped you tap into your psyche of why you are doing that. So if you find yourself obsessively avoiding something, it's because there is an agitation and a wound that it's directly hitting and you're attempting to avoid it because your body vibrationally isn't ready. Then you wake up at 3 o'clock in the morning. Now, Saturn for you guys linking into father and male energies that are passed over. I do feel for you guys, it will link into your wounds in Aries and Chiron. And Chiron will be retrograde this month. I do feel around that time, plus Neptune's going to be retrograde, male energies that are passed over are going to be very connected in with you. They're guiding you through the process. They're helping you look at the aspect of abundance. They're helping you look at your self-worth energy. And they're wanting you to have faith in yourself. Now, grandmother, mother, and female energies to that degree. A lot of their spiritual belief systems were theirs. It doesn't necessarily mean it's yours. Now, you did embody those things and you gave grace to those things, but who you're going to be moving forward is very unique. It's a similar vibration, but it's not completely the same. Let me see. Now, each of you uniquely will have your own placement, but these are the vibrations coming through. And again, trusting in the process of endings and new beginnings, this is something that's very largely coming up for you. I do feel a lot of the hard work that you did, I do feel the movement forward is going to be better. And those failures are going to be your successes. So it's almost like some of those failures needed to occur to actually have that movement moving forward. I haven't done cancers yet, no, but we will be. I'm going to be ploughing through these as quick as I can. The next ones I will do is water signs. And then I'll do fire signs. Chakra for Gemini. Okay, so again, like I said, in the communication sector, technology, communication, there's a lot of psychology coming through. So first, you are balancing the way in which you're seeing things. I also do feel in your creative energy, again, I'm feeling more it's your communication. You are Gemini. You do link into Mercury. It is in retrograde. I do feel you're being cautious about what you say. I feel you're looking at maybe some of the things you said, some of the conversations that occurred, and they could be coming up into your mind's eye. It is incredibly normal. The overload of information, if anything, although it's reversed, I do feel it's going to be not less information, more information. You guys, to a degree, are used to this energy, but it can be an overload because we do have Venus in Gemini. We also had the new moon in Gemini. So for you guys overall, it's really hitting you pretty hard. No, for the mid-month, I do feel in relation to that, there could be with the entirety of Mercury retrograde, because it is falling into Cancer, it's really hitting your energy quite a bit. So pacing yourself, trying to keep that chakra balanced, documenting down what you need to so you keep on target, because we can actually get off target with that energy because there's an overload. So it's very a good idea if you've got a notepad and if you have these creative ideas, actually documenting it down, because you can then refer back to it. It's also going to help you time manage more effectively. And with the eclipse in Sagittarius, an old way of doing things is going to show you a problem, and a new way of doing things is going to give you a solution. So the problem actually is the solution. Really fine-tuning that creative art, really fine-tuning the way you're doing things, you're going to get the best out of it. Try not to be too hard on yourself. Now, the ruin you have is this. Now, with this, I'll tell you what it links into, and I'm calling in all energy. So it's not upright, it's not reversed. How it directly lands is what's going to come up. It is very Scorpio energy. Now, we did have the Scorpion moon, which was at the beginning of May. That I do find, even though we say the new moon, full moon, you're going to get a whole month and a half of that energy, because it tends to roll over. You're looking at about 4 weeks. Plus, we do have Pluto retrograde, and it can link into Mars. So traditionally, this connects in with Scorpio. The colour is black, so I would psychically say, because your creativity might be siphoned from you, use tourmaline to protect yourself. Overload of energy, plus psychologically, our crown chakra being activated and your creativity being blocked is because you're having an upgrade. So be patient with yourself, work with that energy. Your guides are channeling through, but we will get both polarities depending on how tired we are. So it's very important during this transit to actually drink fluid, to rest, to exercise, to eat healthy, just so you can ease yourself into the vibration of what's coming. Now, overall, this is about flexibility. Now, see the warning. This is why I'm saying to you that this is going to be forward movement in a slingshot effect. What isn't working is going to be cast aside. What is for us, it's really about owning the vibration of what you are. And even when I had the small break, Talk to Giggle, we were talking about the aspect that what we need to accept is who we are. Not that we can't be something for somebody, but who we are, and just embody that and make peace with it. Flexibility, endurance, protection, change, empowerment, problem solving. You got creativity, right? What the problem is there's going to be a solution for it. I've given you 2 already, which is document it down. Pluto retrograde, you're going to find that you'll be fine-tuning things with your movement forward at a financial, a physical, a spiritual level. There's going to be arduous tasks, tying off them up, and rebuilding happening from this movement forward. It is the energy of manifestation. So it's magical empowerment, psychic protection, which I mentioned, your crown chakra. If you're working in the energy of psychic, or you are connecting in with a spiritual energy, this can be a soulmate, a twin flame, a psychic medium. All of these energies will directly relate. So using tourmaline to protect yourself. If the person or you is going through a transformative state, having the tourmaline can directly assist. So they say with the protection, which I do use it, and yes, I have found it does assist, to a point where you can manage those energies. Now, if it was reversed, you may find you feel vulnerable because of endings. So there can be triggers coming up due to what's happening in the collective. It can also be a person that passed over that can be triggering that energy. But again, I'm feeling more this is current tense energy of your guides really coming to you quite largely and using your communication house. So it can be a very busy time if you are working as a psychic medium and you are channeling those energies. But it's going to be very important for you to actually keep grounded through that process. When it pertains to the energy of your work, let's have a look. I'm feeling a lot of creative energy. Trust yourself, please. Please, please, please trust yourself. Trust yourself, because you guys have a lot to give this year. You won't be, you won't have as much help, but it'll be on you. That's what I'm hearing, to make these things happen. And I do feel a lot of excitement. Now, if you feel you're kind of frustrated, because you feel it's got to be a particular way, trust in the process and the hurdles this month, because they're actually teaching you something, and they're going to give you a lot of mind bravery. They're going to give you some understanding and comprehension. I do feel a very quick change. I'm also feeling it's going to help you cut through and jump up a level. That's what I'm saying. Now, when I say jump up a level, what am I meaning? like I said, the hard work and the backwards motions that we've been having. I do feel it's assisting you with the creative energy to look at something and problem solve, and it's going to make you move forward leaps and bounds much quicker than you thought before. You might be asking yourself, are you ready for that? And I'm really feeling, as long as you are keeping yourself grounded, balancing that chakra, moving through adverse energy really does create a backbone. And you will be surprised after this, but I'm also seeing frustration with family members. It might be their mindsets and their petty needs and things to that degree. There's a lot of psychology coming through at the moment. This could really be frustrating you. Again, try and keep on path. If it's something that they need to learn, leave it be and let them learn. And I feel they will actually solve that. We'll pull for family. What do we need to know for Gemini and their family and their tribe, please? Okay, they have a perspective on your connections. They may have opinions on what you should do, what connections are, what relationships are. It's very 3D. It's not necessarily spiritual, but there could be conversations, or a person around you might be having a conversation about family and connections and relationships. This can also be pulling up things from your childhood between your mother and father energy or tribe energy. They don't have to be DNA kin, but there is a lot of two energies coming through. And I was trying to work out why. Probably because we've got the energy of Gemini, which is twins. But with all the vibrations of the Zodiacs, it's very much, how do you place it? Duality, because this is a vibration 4, which is in your masculine energy, balancing the yin and yang, and your feminine energy, balancing the yin and yang. I am seeing sort of like conflicting viewpoints. There is a male person. This can be an uncle, a cousin. It's a male. Now, they may have a conversation with you. You may be more, hi Luciana, you might be more inclined to hear their viewpoint. Now, this can be a brother. I'm just feeling a male energy. Now, I do feel you can have a conversation with someone. A male is going to give you a viewpoint. I'm not feeling this is the love interest. Okay, I do feel this is a male energy. There is a female energy and a male energy. Now, whoever this male energy is, you relate to them better. Can be a friend, and I'm literally feeling a very comfortable energy. Now, if they haven't come in, I do feel they're coming in. This can also be you tuning into them and they've passed over, and you're tuning into, you wish they were here, what would they say? Again, it's you're in the gratitude energy. They're directly connecting with you, or this person directly can be in the 3D. The feminine energy, I'm not feeling, there's a mirroring energy. They were who you used to be. You're just not that person anymore. And there appears to be some conflict there. But again, it's their spiritual transformation. It's their energy to learn and grow. They will balance that out. But I do feel energetically a lot of conversations about childhood, a lot of conversations about relationships. And I do feel the kind of lightening as we move forward, and we're moving into a new way of doing things. Finances. I'm telling you, you're leveling up, Gemini. You guys, you know what you want, and you want it now. And you're going to, during the eclipse, I do feel you're going to have creative ideas, because it's sun and moon energy. It's very strong. It's higher than a full moon and a new moon. And dependent upon the degree point, it brings more magnitude and finality. With the Scorpio, I don't know what Scorpio, I'm telling you, some of you might be dealing with Scorpio. Or look at where your Scorpio placement is in your own birth chart. It's going to be at 15 degrees. So this is close to the critical degree. You're going to find, and it's on the 5th, so you're going to first have that activation there. For you guys, where does it fall? Romances. Okay, I'm telling you, everything's shaking up in your romance, your contracts, your partnerships. There's things coming to you, plus Juno is going direct, which is really linking into the 7th house, regardless of where it falls for you. Overall, you guys are like out with the old, in with the new. You're not holding me back. A lot of perspectives coming through. Towards your career sector and your finances, you know what you need to do. You're going to have better ideas. It might become confusing moving into the eclipse and out, but you have 6 months to complete that. If there's something you need to tie it up now. You have till the 5th of June. If you haven't, it can be arduous. You'll be dealing with this to get to your goal. But it's very much sun energy, which is very, Saturn leveling up, dealing with things from a different perspective. How do I explain? I'm getting a few messages. Now, towards a creative venture, I do feel very boss energy. So it's either you're working with a boss and you have differing views. Some of you, I'm telling you, your career is good. Try not to give to those who don't need it. And I'm just being honest. Like if somebody's siphoning your cash or, selling you sob stories, devil in the detail, read the paperwork. Make sure it's legally binding. Not the best time right now because the eclipse is going to be in Cancer. We're also having Mercury retrograde in Cancer. So again, family-related dynamics and money. And it's like what you can give, what you can't. But allow this energy to be quite fluid through this month because there's going to be chops and changes. Now, something pertaining to a family dynamic, because it's come through twice for you guys, there could be something that is a little bit unstable. Right, and maybe they're needing a little bit of help at an emotional level. Be very careful what you're giving. Tune into your side of the fence and do what you need to, but be disconcerting and choose what you wish to give and what you don't. Somebody might be also asking you to move in with them. And when I'm saying move in with them, I mean more business, okay? So relating to business, it's like binding your assets. Be very cautious with that right now. And I don't feel this is romance related. I feel it's more contract related. Just be very fluid with that energy because if you've been really thinking for a long time to go in a particular direction, ask yourself, is this taking you off your path? And if you may regret it. So just tune into it because you might actually make a decision a little bit too hasty. And because Mercury is going to be retrograde and it is in the house of Cancer, and we also are going to have the eclipse in Cancer at the critical degrees, you're better to stay as fluid as possible until Mercury direct. And we'll already be starting to feel that shadow energy. Okay, correct. Karmic energy. Okay, some of you are going to pass a very karmic test. And I do feel, again, I don't know why I'm saying this. Let me look. Let me have a look because I'm definitely picking this up. Oof. You guys don't want your family to help you. You're on path, right? You may want to be the one to go to. Hi, Diane. You also, your luck is going to start moving into the beginning of June. But you're going to, you've got your hunches, and I want you guys to follow your hunches, write them down, jot them down. Be fluid, be Abraham Hicks and flow with that tide, not against it. If the door's closing, it can be temporary. Trust it, and it's going to slingshot you forward. But you need to roll with the punches during this month. Now, when it does come down to the energy of changes, I do feel you will be more selective about who you work with. Some of you in your career sector, you're going to be very selective about who you're going to work with. Now, overall, if you are working in communication or travel, there can be changes in that, but it's changes in the way you directly apply to that. This karmic test, I do feel this month, you do have the 3 of coins, and I do feel whatever work you've done on yourself, it's really benefiting you, and I'm feeling like it's a pass. It's helping you become independent. It might make you a little bit tense, but you're going to pass whatever this is. This too shall pass, I'm hearing. Let's tune into relationships for singles. Okay, what do we need to know for singles? You woke up at 5. I'm telling you, well, all of May was the vibration of 5, so it was about change. What's the change going to be? We're about to see. Okay, those of you who are single and you don't have communication, I'm pulling a romance read for you guys, and I've got to pay attention to the time because I need to get one more zodiac sign done. And then I'm going to pick my daughter up. Oof, interesting. Ooh. Okay, if there's a third party energy, I do feel that's ending. Couples, let's see your energy. I'll take that one. And that one. Cool. Okay, now overall, I'm feeling you guys, and you mentioned it, right? When I'm seeing, if you're feeling really fatigued, I'm not surprised. Gemini in the nodes, full moon in Gemini, Mercury retrograde, which still hits your house, right? But it's not in the sign of Gemini. It's still Mercury. So you got 3 hits, Gemini, right? Don't be surprised if you're feeling tired. You're doing too much, you're working too hard, but generally, when we have the 4 of Swords energy, that can be a problem you're tuning into. And on top of what you got going on in your life, there's that. There's the love domain, right? Which does make sense because for you guys, you do have Sagittarius in the 7th house. It's hitting that. Again, with this eclipse, it does hit your romance house. So whatever you had a belief system on, this is a purge. This can be very tight. It can be an avoidance of that. You feel you've healed it. You're waking up at bloody, 3 o'clock in the morning, whatever time it is. 5 is about change, what this change will be, how it will be. When I was saying 5s, I was like, oh my God, what's coming now? It's trust in that process. It's to help you it's to help take you to that path. It's not taking you away from it. Automatically, it can look like it is taking you away from an energy, but it's to take you to the highest vibration of that timeline. I'm feeling some of you are keeping busy, putting a brave face on, smiling, getting things done, but there's something spiritually coming up. Now, in the past, I do feel there was a lot where, there was power here, right? You saw the potential of everything it could be. This person might have been juggling. They might have been working too hard. You might have been, 1 foot in the door, 1 foot out. They might have been 1 foot in the door, 1 foot out. And again, there were 2 direct major situations coming up, either at a 3D level or a 5, a third eye level. You could visually see or sense. You just felt, and I'm seeing 2 main areas that were major. It could have been 2 people. It could have been the energy of 2, the energy of duality. I'm just feeling it was really a lot of juggling. If we do this, we're going to get this outcome. If we do that, and I feel that is deeply being reflected upon at the moment. Some of you might be scared that due to some circumstances, you might be being manipulated. And I feel many of you are looking back to where maybe that has happened to you. There can also be some, and I'm feeling 3 energies here. So for you guys, Gemini, some of you may be meditating upon past tense relationships in general. It does make sense. We have Venus in retrograde. It's hitting your sign. The vibration coming through isn't just one energy. Now, although there is one main energy, no, there's 2. There's 2 people that are very keen on you. Maybe you were unsure which one was the soul partnership. This could have been this person as well who was a bit confused. Are you, aren't you? What way do we go? But it's sort of like fence sitting, not intentionally, spiritually, mentally. And perhaps that's kind of siphoned out into the 3D. It was crosswise, I'm feeling. So a lot of confusion now. In this path, although we have the Magician here, in the past position, I'm really feeling as though some of you are kind of emotionally understanding what this person is going through due to a perspective you've lived. Maybe feeling that they're dealing with an aspect due to the fact they're being manipulated and they have no power. You're really guided to let go of that, because that can create blockages. Now, currently, if they are in a connection or were, This can be coming up, but I'm also feeling you're doing a lot of soul healing in general connected to relationships. Now, it might be a subject matter you deal with every day. It could be that you're a life coach. It could be that you're a reader and you talk about these aspects. So it's kind of effectively triggering that soul healing because you're looking at it from different angles. Now, a relationship is coming to the table. And I do feel whoever this old energy is, that again, I'm feeling third party energy. So some of you, if this person or you were in a separate connection and you were healing on, or the person was there in the 3D, it's being cycled out and it's being resolved and you're moving onto your soul path. I'm hearing may the best person win, and it's weird because this might be the attitude you're taking on. Now, if you upgraded your energy and you're really in alignment of knowing what your worth is, this could be the attitude that you're taking. May the best woman or man, win. And try to not, I don't feel you're making it a competition, but I do feel maybe that's how you took it back then. Oh, you guys are ready. Many of you feel, I'm feeling pretty stern. Like, look, show me the money. Show me, put your money where your mouth is. I'm hearing I don't want any more excuses. And this can be the vibration you're coming through with. You're like, again, the 3 energy, which is alignment energy. It's not angry. If we're angry, it's not alignment energy. It's fear-based frequency. If we're feeling it, we need to tune into it. We need to meditate, and we come to a peaceful place of release, and then it's your manifestation side. I'll be honest. When we're tuning into it, we're in this vibration. We can't find a solution because we're feeling we need the solution. If it's not our problem, allow that person to solve it, and it will come to you. Energetically, the light of what's been shown is if a person wants to be with you, they will move hell and high water to get to you when they are in vibrational alignment. You're moving forward. You're like, I know my worth. I'm doing my soul work. I'm trying to trust in the process. And that's 3. Okay? Father, Son, Trinity. Trinity energy. As above, as below, as inside, as without. You have learnt a lot from your connection. You have learnt a lot from the connection. But in connections in general, love has showed you a lot. Connections have showed you a lot. At the heart of it, you may feel you're a bit stuck. Now, what the stuck energy can be is you feel there could be a limitation of choices. It may be due to the current circumstances or waiting for a karmic cycle to end. You know that this is going to end. You know this is going to transform, and we are entering a new cycle. And this is why in June, you do need to be very grounded and moving forward. And I'm feeling a message coming through, communication, but it's when you detach. Your foundation right now is potentially you don't believe there's a possibility that this can balance out. And the woman, from the view I'm looking at, you're having to face your demons of the past to understand it doesn't have to be the same moving forward. And that's because you won't relate to it the same. Universe is teaching you this. Spirituality and the connection of spiritual connections, you do reach an ascended point where it just brings you back together. You might not be quite ready for that, but it's going to come in when you least expect it because you're in this hangman energy, like in the heart of it. You're like, choices, I don't want to own, whatever this is, it feels if it's divinely guided, it's going to happen regardless. And whatever this is, it's coming. Now, I do feel you guys are going to be surprised because you've got believe in reverse, which can be a positive because believe in reverse can be detachment. And with detachment comes everything that you are intended to have. Okay, the balance of give and take. This is what you're wanting. This is what you're desiring. I do feel many of you are healing the financial component, but again, that does come down to your spirituality and how do I place it? Money coming, money going, give and take and balance. And I do feel both of you in the yin and yang are going to be open to give and take. I do feel this person's lost money. I also feel you feel a little bit vulnerable in that domain because you're questioning either A, at a financial level or career level separately, and it's impacting your power energy in your belief system. If you feel you could turn back time, this is what I'm hearing. Like, I don't know how. Go and listen to the share song, If I Could Turn Back Time. You guys might be feeling that you could have done something differently, and be very careful tuning into that. From my experience, I did that. Right. I can do better. Spiritual teacher. Clarification card. Feeling you could have done something different because things didn't quite turn out the way you anticipated. Don't beat yourself up. That's what I'm hearing. Because if you tune into that, you don't want to rerun. And I'm not feeling you're up for that. I feel you more want, you're being very strict with your healing, and you just want clarity as to what this movement's going to be. But it's almost like you're asking outside of yourself. So it's this waiting for this transformation, waiting for this to... Be careful, because there is a person around you. Ooh. It's really weird. Okay, the message that's coming through is those of you that are single and you're waiting on this person. I almost was going to relate to you as couple. Now, I do feel some of you can be very quickly going into a connection or assessing it. A person might be moving towards you to ask you into a partnership. And it's funny because we have the Judgment energy on top of the World card, worlds within worlds, which is very spiritual. Whoever this person was linked to previously, there is a lot of jealousy here because I do feel you've done a lot of soul work on yourself. You can't, the Tumble line's going to protect you. So if you have felt dark energy on you, well, having Neptune going retrograde, it can amplify it. We have currently Black Moon Lilith, which is a shadow integration, very psychic orientation, very delusions, illusions. It's going to be shown to us more. Going to be reflecting on a lot of that energy during the month with Neptune retrograde. Plus Black Moon Lilith is in Pisces, so it's hitting the same location. If there's a trigger here, I feel it's more this person's... An ex is jealous of you. This is more for those of you that had a third-party energy. Regardless of where you stand, if you can take a playful approach and be light and move forward, whatever your energy is, there's something about your charisma that does create a little bit of jealousy. So funny. Previous reading. Let's address the elephant in the room. Elephant in the room. Now, I did mention, for some reason, these lower chakras be coming up. Retrogrades, this always happened to me in my chakra system, lower chakras. Detox time, guys. There's a lot of healing, and I do feel there is passion connected to the two of you. I do feel it's very positive. It's change. Whatever this was, I do feel there's a bit of a trigger. They're worrying about you moving forward. You're changing the way you are, and they're very curious. Now, it's weird. It's almost like you guys in an operational sense maybe are in your communication house really reacting like Cancer. You're very quiet. You're very secretive. You're keeping your cards close to your chest. It's really unique. It's a unique vibration coming through. You're very observant and you're watching people's mannerisms. And I mean, you guys are the house of communication. I feel you're very observant right now. You're going to be watching this person and how they're relating, and you're assessing it yourself. I just feel you're taking your power back. Although you are oozing charisma and appeal, self-esteem, on the inside, it's slightly different. It's sort of like the fake it till you make it, but you're doing it authentically, so it doesn't feel like you're faking it. It's an honest, earnest energy of transformation. You're scared, you're diving into it regardless, and you're doing what you need to do to change. Whatever these changes are that haven't come about, I just hear this vibration where you're like, right, we need to do this now. And it's just like moving forward fiercely. But you're not, no hostages, moving forward fiercely, very spiritual. And that is just a metaphor that I'm using. Any other thing we need to know? Yeah, this is connected to your soul connection. So I feel you guys are getting the hunch. You'll know when it's moving. You'll know how to relate to it. I'm also seeing a potential fight with whoever's trying to get in your way. So whatever this is, the work that you're doing on yourself now, it's preparing you for what you need to know. So if this person's toxic, Tiger Eye's really going to help you. It helps detox these frequencies and cut these cords. Couples. Okay, spiritual energy coming through. Communication or interconnection. You're thinking back to that time. You're thinking back to when is this going to go to the next level? When is this going to go to the next level? Now, there is a creative venture that you guys are potentially going to move in. I do feel even if you're together or you're in communication, both of you are dealing with a very synchronistic pattern. And again, there's 2 swords on this. And there's judgment coming to do with 2 areas, or on your side of the fence and on their side of the fence. And it's balancing things out. Now, in the past position, this karmic energy is cycling out. You're reflecting back on it. And both of you are looking at what you learned from that cycle. You're wanting to put it in the past, but there can be things coming up between the beginning of the month and mid-month, linking them with 2 eclipses. And it's just to finalise that energy or correct it or take it where it needs to be. You could feel that this is very, very karmic. You could be looking at the thing very critically, also in awareness of how this has affected you. And who these energies pertain to, because I think it's external influences. Overall, I'm going to pull a clarifier because they're really yelling at me with that section. Okay, this can be money orientated. Again, with Cancer eclipse, it can link into families and karmic energies, paternity tests and things to that degree. It could be mother-father energy, but a binding contract as such. And even in your own lives, where money's really siphoned out of your pocket and maybe self-worth energy came up. But whatever this is, this can be legality, linking in with that. And you're thinking, gosh, why didn't we see this? Why didn't we look at this? Maybe we need to look at this person for who they really are. It's very karmic. I don't feel this is the way you're relating to each other. I do feel on your side of the fence, their side of the fence, or both. There's the scenario coming up that's irritating and it could hit the pocket. I'm going to pull a card white, but I feel it's manipulation. It's manipulation to try and test you on your path and pull you. Trust the process. Don't fight with it, end it. Close it down. Shut it down. I feel it could be even a letter. Letter communication, text message, email. It's something sarky. It's something manipulative. It's a temporary energy. I just feel you guys are really getting to it. You're like, look, I'm not doing this. And that's why, like I said, talking to you guys are Gemini. You guys have the art of communication. You ain't wanting to have these conversations. You're like, we've had this conversation. How many times that's what I'm saying. We've had these conversations. Like, do we have to keep talking about this? I really feel you guys are operating very similar to, there's a lot of jealousy here. Okay, they could even be trying to manipulate you to remember the old days and try and steal your heart. And you're like, whatever this. If you're finding, where your path is, and you're having blasts from the past inbox, you don't be surprised. It's the way it goes. They could even be. This is where you're moving. You're moving to a solid connection. Hi, SK. You're like, I know what I want. This is what I'm building. I'm gonna have my house among the gum trees. Okay, because I'm in Australia. you're picturing what you want. Now, you've waited a very long time for this, Gemini. This 4 energy relates to 2020. The frustration of the backwards motion, the frustration of the 4th house placement. Collectively, Pluto and Saturn have been in the 4th house. Saturn is visiting Aquarius, which is a little bit lighter, but just the absolute frustration with BS. You're like, look, I'm ready for those greener pastures. No, the grass isn't greener on the other side. I'm going to water that grass to make it what it needs to be. But you know what you are now, so the way you're applying to this. You're being really rational. Your whole foundation is based on being rational. Again, your intuition doesn't necessarily immunize you against change. Change is inevitable. If we're wanting this perfect paradise, you get the good, the bad, and the ugly. It's reality. That's with whoever you're with, but you're taking the more mature approach. Now, there could be something linking in with an older child that comes in at left field. But I'm feeling 3 energies that may be, because I've got a male energy here, I've got a past tense female energy, an older child, and I do feel even potentially family. So there's several energies here where you're going to have to be pretty patient. And they've all got an opinion about your partner. What it is, right? A lot of projection. Case that be. Okay. I get this feeling. Your direct foundation is where you're being rational. You are going to make a judgment. You're looking at all the information, and that's why I'm saying you're acting like a Cancerian. You're a Gemini, but you're acting like a Cancerian. You're looking at all the details. You're looking at all the realities of the situation, what's going on here, some information and the communication you get when you get it, or directly in the connection, however it link, because this is for those of you in communication and those of you in connection. You're trying to pull all this information together, and I'm hearing you're literally going to do a full 360 from where you were here last year to where you are now, moving forward. Now, it hasn't been pleasant the whole path moving forward, I'll be honest. There you go. And for those of you that have any Cancer placement or Sagittarius, just especially the Cancer, okay, Cancer and Capricorn, because we've had 2.5 years of that. Mind your psychological mind. It's very, things can be coming out left field, so you really got to be pretty grounded during this process. I'm feeling it wasn't a pleasure, and I just feel you're calling a pot and a pan a pan. You're like, this is where we need to go. This is where I'm going. You're coming. You're very matter of fact. So it's either your direct vibration. If you're dealing with conflict, the problem is everyone has their own idea, and it's like there's only one you. There's only one you, and you're not butter. All right. So whatever this transformation is, you know the truth. You know what you're going to need to do. Big decisions, guys. Big decisions. Okay, celebration. There's something about a celebration that was put on hold. Now, was it a connection that was called off previously? I want you guys in the house to hit me up with this, because this has a very synchronistic message for you guys. There was either a celebration or a get-together you were supposed to have with this individual. However it links, it didn't occur. Now, this does relate to the past. Now, this could have been an engagement, a marriage. There's something to do with you and this individual, and it had a snag in the road. They're saying this is why it's coming up. It's to test you guys. And it's like, right, are you going to choose each other? Are we doing 3? Are we ready? Okay, you need to choose each other, because it's happened twice, potentially. And it's like, now you guys are seeing each other's perspective. It's either happened on their side and your side. Could have happened. It feels it's happened too many times. either external influences, opinions, trying to balance it out, trying to make everyone happy. It's just not attainable. So whatever this is, you're choosing for you. It also can be where you're not linking them with finances anymore. It's not because you want children. It's not because of finances. It's not because of codependency. It's just is. Karmic test. Green Tombalon. I'm telling you, a lot of heart. This is the test. Choosing what you want for life moving forward. 7th house placement. Abundance and prosperity are in infinite supply. I am grateful for my blessings in my life. The abundance was the lesson. Move into the heart space. Believe in the ultimate wealth of success for all. Act philosophically. Can never say that bloody word. Realize the infinite supply available. There is a financial dynamic coming up. This could be a karmic tie to a previous energy. These interfering energies allow this person to directly resolve because this links to Pluto and it's coming to an end, right? The scorpionic energies, if it's not resonating with you or this person, it's bringing it down to end that pattern so it can never occur again because it's no longer necessary in your soul path. Love and light. I'll be back shortly.